Hi, I'm Trevor Lund from RevTrev.com, and here I'm talking with Cheryl Shea once again from Edmonton Counseling Services. And Cheryl is helping me answer questions from RevTrev readers that I get sent on a quite regular basis. I do try to respond to them as they come in, but I also know that there's some great advice that Cheryl can give. And so this is another one that I'd like Cheryl's input on. This lady basically, one of her best Christian friends has become condescending and disrespectful, and they're just kind of, it seems like they're at conflict all the time and just at each other, and they just can't seem to solve anything. And what do I do when Christian friends disrespect me?
Well, I guess in this situation, the first thing is you should have, if this is such a good friend, you should be able to talk with them and say, what's going on. I feel, lately that you disrespect me, that you're condescending, and try to give specifics, like when you said this is how I felt. And that would be the first step. And
I really
go
find,
ahead.
I really like, if I could help Christians around the world, the truth I would want to get across is confrontation is not a negative thing.
No.
It's not like, yes, confront in love. You're not cornering the person and telling them they're idiots and they're no good and they're lousy people. But most people, like what this sounds like to me is she's getting put off and put off and put off and has never gone to them to actually say what's going on.
Yeah. And you know what? Trevor, I hate to tell you this, but I tell people not to use the word confrontation.
Okay.
Because this is confrontation, right? Bang,
Okay.
right? So what I just encourage people to say is you need to talk with them about it. Because confrontation has that sense of I'm coming and it's not going to be good. Whereas if Jesus said, let's reason together,
You
right?
just explained the last conversation with my wife perfectly. I get that now. Okay. Let's.
You went to concert. It
To
didn't
me,
work.
confrontation is this. Come on, yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah.
hug at the end, so come on, let's work through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that we go and talk to a person. Now, if this woman did this with this friend, there's a couple of responses. One is the person goes, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I've been really stressed with blah blah blah, and I realize I've been kind of grumpy with a lot of people, and I'm really sorry. I'll be more attentive to that, and please, let me know if I do it again, because it's not my intention to do that."
Mm-hmm.
That's the best response. The other responses would be, well, if you got a problem, get over it.
Yeah.
Or that there has been some kind of disagreement about maybe a core issue between the friends that they're not going to agree on. And depending on what that issue is, it might mean that they don't stay friends anymore. Doesn't mean you hate the person, but maybe it's not someone that you're going to spend your time with, which is sad, but sometimes that does happen.
Well,
Sometimes,
I think you made a good point when you said when you talk about it with them that you bring specific things. It's
yeah,
just not, if you don't give someone something to address, if it's just generalities, like it's when we speak in generalities, we use you always or you never, and nobody never nevers, and no one always always,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
There's got to be specifics lined up.
yeah. You got to be specific. And one of the things is that we do need to have discussion. I'm getting an echo. Are you getting an echo?
I am. It's okay. We'll work it
It's
out.
okay. Okay. So when we talk things over with people too, whenever there's a difference of opinion or any kind of a conflict, small or big in a relationship, that's where we really know how committed the person is to
Mm-hmm.
the relationship. And so if we can start to look, I guess, at conflict as a positive thing, almost like a test of the strength of our friendship. Even in marriages, conflict is this person going to own their own stuff?
Yeah.
And I'm going to own my own stuff and we're going to work it out? Or is, one or both of us just going to blame it on the other person.
Mm-hmm.
And in friendships as well, if we have even the example I always use is, you've got a friend and you're going to meet up for dinner and a movie, and you're waiting and waiting and your friend never shows up, and then shows up half an hour late, which means you can have dinner but you're going to miss the movie. And they kind of don't apologize or see it as a problem, that you're disappointed, then that's an indication of their ability to, I guess, relate with you and empathize with you in a very minor way. But, if you continue on in that friendship and it continues to be what they want on their time and their agenda, not your desires, then that's really not a friendship. It's a one-sided thing where two people are spending time together. So it's important to talk through those things with people and see what's going on truthfully, and then make a decision from there. Maybe this person was never as good of a friend as you thought they were.
Yeah.
Could be the other thing too.
Well, when you're talking, that's something that came to my mind. Is it's one of the reasons why I really like a properly taught and understood and consistent time of communion in a church.
Oh, okay.
I'm becoming a big fan of every time we meet together, we share the cup, right? Because there's a lot.
You could be an Anglican.
I could be. I really could be, because the Bible doesn't say it says as often as you drink it, remember me. It doesn't lay out however, but whenever we're together, part of the thing is judging the body rightly. So that means I need to go and, do I have anything against somebody else that I need to make right? Did anyone offended at me that I need to go and talk to them about it? And I think that is so important in the whole concept of community and building relationship is it's good for couples to have have a date time just to come and talk about the things of the week, right? It's just because, okay, when you said that, I thought you were saying this. Well, I didn't mean that when I said this, and okay, let's work it through. And I think with friendships too, you've got to have those times where you just sit and you what's going on, why it. I know things have changed in our relationship, and it could be because of things have changed in your life, or it could be, did I offend you in some way? But
yeah, good. And the other thing too, Trevor, I'll just mention is, if we have strongholds in our life of rejection, for example, that we haven't had healing for, then a lot of times people will say things and we'll take them as rejection.
Yeah.
When they're not at all.
That's true.
And so that's another reason why it's important to talk with that person, because it may be that it's however your relationship is with this friend, it's triggering rejection issues and lies that you believe, and God wants to use that for your healing.
That's very good. Yeah, that's very good. So, thank you very much, Cheryl. And if you want to contact Cheryl, be sure to go to her website, EdmontonCounselingServices.com. Go check out her book, Soul Surgeon. I keep on calling it Soul Seers because that's a book I got to publish. But Soul Surgeons. And Cheryl, tell us about your book. Let's end up with that. What is your book about? Who's your book for? And,
well, my book is for anyone. I actually originally wrote it to leaders in the church so that they could help people in healing, but it really, anyone reads it. But it goes through kind of the basics of understanding what healthy is, and then what some of the really core wounds that we experience, any of us as human beings, and a process of that we can walk through for God's healing in our life. So it goes through abandonment and rejection, betrayal, feeling powerless. I talk a bit about sexuality and identity, and then just how do we walk through those healings in our life. So it's a good overall book for anyone looking for healing. And then you might realize through there that there's some other issues that you need to deal with more directly, and then you can get in touch with me or a Christian counselor somewhere and work through those things.
That's great, Cheryl. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.